Hey everybody, it's time for Fridays just after Bill Burr's Thursday before Monday morning, aka the Long Name Podcast with your host Joe. Sorry if I'm a little stumbly. If you heard my Wednesday cast and Tuesday, it's not been a real fun week. And then Wednesday after my rant that I posted, I was at work and got a metal splinter in my finger, but it's all the way in. So every time I touch something now with my thumb, my right thumb, every time I touch something, it's like touching a cactus. And I'll tell you what, we don't really. They always say you take things for granted, the little things that we take for granted here and there, like when say your car breaks down or whatever, but even more so on your body. Like, you don't realize how much your thumb touches until it hurts, until you got, a splinter in it or, a piece of metal. I feel like Tony Stark thumb. I need a palladium magnet to keep it from, or to pull it out or something. I don't know. So yeah, it's been a shit week, I'm alive. I'm, doing good in other aspects, I guess. So, not shit total, but, shit week as far as in general, just overall experiences. Had some issues with people from back home in Florida assuming stuff about me that was incorrect. So doing my due diligence to get that cleared up, and sucks that people, when I got the call, that I had, there were some issues. I was blindsided because I've been in Michigan now for some time, and I don't really not that I don't have time. I mean, everybody has a minute to send a text or call, but, I'm not sitting here, talking to everybody back home. And, I'm trying to build my new life and get this thing going, get it off the ground and see where we can go. I got, plus the full-time overtime work, I don't have time to have drama, from Michigan to Florida, and not, drama that involves, legal actions and officers, calling each other, calling me, calling the other party and all that. And like I said, it's really stupid because I haven't, talked to anybody. There's nothing. It's a waste of my time. I should just ignore it. But ignoring it, that's like, pretty much you're admitting guilt. And I have nothing to hide, so. Fuck it. If I gotta call and do it. If you want to get, whatever needs to be done to clear my name, do what you got to do. I don't care, because like I said, I know exactly. I know this is all fucking not a scam, like a money scam, but it's all just someone being petty. Whether it's because I moved and I didn't move back with my tail between my legs. Maybe it's because I'm, an aspiring one-day comedian. Who knows? I don't know. But, yeah, blindsided me. So, that, and then the splinter, and then my Tuesday video. Like I said, I can't say certain words. Like, even responding today to Bill's, it's Thursday yesterday, Yeah, there's certain things I wanted to respond to, but I know if I say what he said, and then I give my comment on it, even if it's an easier on the insults comment, because I'm not, I don't have millions or the money, my shit would be, not blocked, but it'd be like, yeah, we're not gonna share this with people because we don't like what you said or did or whatever. And anyway, that's just, back to the Wednesday complaining. But we'll get on to, what I can say, or what I feel like I can say about Bill yesterday. So first thing, you've been talking about football, Bill, for a long time, and you brought up the Bruins here and there. But then I feel like yesterday, I feel like, you kind of attacked hockey. You're saying, asking somebody to explain it to you. And the 1-1, I understand that from an NHL point, or from a football, or even baseball. That's why they have the best of, like you were saying, best of 3, best of 5, 7, something, whatever. But, I know you're probably just saying it for comedy effect, but international hockey is 3 points for a win, 2 points for an overtime win, 1 point for overtime loss, and 0 for regular loss. So if you're 1-1, but you lost in overtime, you get points. Versus if you're 1-1 and you lost in regular, you don't. You get less points or no points for that. So, I know I don't have to explain that to you. I know you're just being, facetious or whatever the word is, I'm looking for, being silly, goofy, funny, being a jackass, whatever you want to say. I think it's pretty hilarious. One of my, people that commented or something said you're a corporate sellout, probably like most, people that get rich or famous eventually, I'd assume, but, hopefully not, but somebody had mentioned that, and then yesterday's podcast. I say today because that's usually when I freaking listen to it. But no, that's the point. Is you're advertising tickets for your play and for the benefit show. Which the benefit show, go for it, man. Anytime you're benefiting someone who needs help. I'm not bitching about that. I'm not even bitching. I'm just busting your balls a little bit. But no, it's funny how the podcast gets put up. It's the afternoon podcast, and I'm on the east as well. And it hit me at like 12:05, 12:10 or something like that. And I'm like, are you shitting me? I already had my notes done for today. I figured he wasn't, gonna make it in time with the play and all that. So now I had to revise it. To add in, some responses to what he said. But yeah, that's the hockey thing. Love the NHL. And I'm a Lightning fan. He kind of, threw Florida under the bus a little bit, getting hockey teams. And you know what? Don't be mad because the Lightning's hockey arena is a giant swimming pool. Just because our ice is a nice 75 degrees and you're swimming in it, doesn't mean that we don't deserve it. I'm saying we. I don't even live there anymore, but no, I get it. And I'm actually on Bill's side with how are they going to host the outdoor games in one of them is in the Stadium Series, and then the Winter Classic, which are both outside, are in Miami or wherever the Panthers and Sunrise, and then in Tampa with the Lightning. How? I mean, technology's there, but God, it's got to be a lot of energy keeping that ice frozen, even Florida winter, they got that record snowfall in the Panhandle that, they haven't seen in 40 years, but down in Tampa or Miami, it was still 40, 50 degrees, during the day. Miami, probably 60, 70. So I'm with you on that part of the Florida hockey teams. But other than that, my Bolts are ahead of your Bruins, so I'm not going to brag too hard because the season's not over, and I'm one of those conspiracy. I'll jinx it if I say too much, if I watch too much. If I brag about anything, then they'll go on like a 20-game losing streak or something. So it's better if I just stay humble and watch what I'm watching. But yeah, so as far as that goes, Boston's had ice every winter as far as I know for a long time, and Tampa I don't think's ever had ice naturally in winter, at least not in our lifetimes, etc. So yeah, go ahead and let me know what you think on that, because like you answer me. But no, that's gonna be interesting. Let's see, what else did he say? Let's see, I got him for putting his podcast up early, which just tells me when you're not making any money off of it, you're like, fuck it, man, I'll just do it when I got a minute. But if there's a profit involved, all of a sudden everything's on time. Just like you said in one of your comedies, you're like, you don't show up to an audition, you're supposed to look fuckable, you said, you're like, you don't show up with your hair messed up, your outfit all messed up, whatever. Yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. It's been a long week. Oh, Jesus. I got to, I sound like a little kid. I feel like a little kid. I got to run a red light, guys. No, I was behind a car and it turned yellow and they turned quick. So I was gonna stop, but it's could be icy, could not. I didn't feel like taking a chance, and there was a semi truck, next to me. So I was like, you know what? That truck's blocking the view everywhere, but just this one corner. So I'll take the chance, and I made it, and I'm alive here. Nobody else got hurt or nothing, and the truck and we made to our destinations. But it's like a little kid. You feel like, woo, I got to break a rule, So there was that. Another thing, I have an astrology. There's an astrologer I signed up like for month or weekly newsletter email kind of deals, just to see. And a lot of it does kind of fit, even though it's very vague. It's, to me, astrology is very vague. It's like, say, Cancer, today you may have money issues, or you may have, relationship. It's like they basically go through every aspect of a human's daily life and say it's going to be positive or negative. And it's like, well, no shit. Like, you today might be a good day at work, but be careful for, bad things. Well, no shit. You don't want to get fired or be dumb at work, but you could have a good day. So, no, my point of the astrologer lady that emails me is, in the email I got this week, told me to hurry up and act now, because my next chance, and this is the funny part, because this is astrology. We're not talking religion, spirituality. We're not talking any of that. We're talking study of the movement, stars in relation to your life. And, whether that's a science or not, that's up to you guys. My point is, it's my last chance to act on whatever I didn't pay to find out what I'm acting on. But it's my last chance until the year 2161. Which would make me about 170 years old. Yeah, 170 years old. So, yeah, now I'm kind of curious to see if, my generation will live, through technology. Whether it's, whether I'm downloaded into a robot or, I have my body replaced with a duplicate or something. I don't know, but this astrology email seems to think that I'm going to make it to 2161 and have another chance at whatever I have a chance at this week. So, yeah, that's, I thought that gave me a good little chuckle, a good little chuckle. Let's see, we brought up the four nations. He said Russia wasn't there. And then he said, he's playing against Luxembourg and all that, that's the World Cup. I think this was because the All-Star game, the players kind of made a joke out of it. I think they looked like they had drinks before, so I see why they went to a mini competition. I also see why the countries involved didn't include Russia. I'm not saying it's not up to me to decide who's right and wrong, but it's just like kids. Kids are gonna pick their friends to play on their team, and the people they don't like, they'll pick last or on the other team. So it's all, it's ridiculous, dude. Canada, USA, Canada should be better at hockey. You got, the southern half of the US doesn't get ice much. So, and all of Canada pretty much is, cold in winter at some point. So you should be better at hockey, and I'll root USA, but that's like soccer. I mean, US shouldn't be, I don't think we are. But, we shouldn't be the best at soccer because we barely ever play it, or, not the way others do. Oh, and lastly, it's gonna be a little short because I had a rough week, crappy week. Um, a couple things to comment on Bill, but not too much. Didn't have time to come up with any funny, fake ads or anything. So last thing is Bill keeps talking about these billionaires, and when is enough money, and when are you gonna stop and like he said something about help out West Virginia, by buying or building houses and whatnot. And I have the same question for you. Not helping the state, or even people. You don't have to give your money away. Like, it's your money, you earned it. 33 years. You said. My question is, after 33 years, like, that's almost a career. Especially like you said, you're going to be 60 in a few. I mean, most people would be happy to retire at 65 or 67, at the retirement age. You can afford to be with your family, right? That's what I don't get, man. Like, is it your lifestyle? Is it, is it you spoil your kids? Is it just because you love traveling? But then again, you love traveling, why don't you bring your family? And if that's the case, if they can't come, why not? If you have, the money, I'm guessing you haven't. I'm pretty sure my guess is less than what you have, because I'm just counting specials and assuming it goes up each special that got better or something. But no, yeah. I mean, someone give me $2 million. That's $100,000 for 20 years. I'm 30 in my 30s, so that's to my 50s. I could live comfortably, and that's that's $100,000. That's over double anything I've ever had. So, I understand living a better lifestyle, so I'm not saying don't have a lot of money, but you can't tell me you're not at the point that you could just retire right now. Nia could, quit or retire, or, if she's not working, then she could, either way, I don't really think you have a good enough excuse to be upset about being away from your family when you can afford to either bring them with you, or you could afford to not even do what you're doing. Now, on the same token, like I said, if you love it that much, it's still your choice. So, you kind of, like you say, you kind of got to be a man with this one. Push it down and suck it up, because at the end of the day, you have enough money. And if you ever hear this, you can, deny it all you want, but you're on Netflix, or, you're on, plenty of comedy, streaming and things like that. So, you're coming up on your next specials on Hulu. You're going across the world. You're doing plays. So, you're not making money, but you're also not broke. So, I'm kind of confused as to where you're getting the billionaire idea. Oh, sorry about that. I thought I was getting out of my studio, but I'm still talking. Look at that. I'm ahead of myself. Yeah, I'm sitting here bitching at Bill, and I'm ahead of myself. Sorry, Bill. Yeah, but no, that's confusing to me, but I'm, one of the normies, one of the poor mouth breathers, as you'd say. But anyways, that's it for me for Friday. Have a good weekend, everybody. Go fuck yourselves. Be safe. I'll catch up on Tuesday.